So I did take this one apart just to see if it had a battery. It does not. So I'm going to assume just a simple rectifier type system in that locomotive. It's got a different pigtail where it has 8 pins versus the 4 that this one had. But it has a pot in the tender to adjust the volume of the sounds it makes, chuffing sounds. I turned it off because I just don't believe that a turbine would chuff like a piston-driven steam locomotive. So that didn't make any sense to me. And the MTH model here is driven, I think, a little bit by the Lionel model before it. So it's a little bit goofy on the scale, size of the wheels and stuff like that. But it runs good, right? It's got one traction tire, a little bit of weight. It's not a powerhouse like this one right here. And this MTH here is the one that I just stuck a straight rectifier in the tender. It had quite a bit more sophisticated capabilities in its past, but now all it does is go forward one direction and does it well. Of course, that can motor Lionel has been going around in circles now for a couple of days, and it just goes. So today's train run is just going to be these guys for a little bit. Just let them do their thing. So I did some train run video before with all the lights on and stuff with this MTH locomotive right here. And if you remember from my prior video, of course you don't, no one watches my channel, but I had put a straight rectifier in that tender instead of the MTH electronics, right? And this one right here, I took apart, took a look inside. There's nothing exciting. But I decided it needed some lube, so I got lubed up. And I'm not going to bother showing the insides because there is no battery. There is really nothing other than a pot underneath the tender, which I turned the sound off because I don't believe that a turbine sounds like a chuffing piston-driven steam locomotive, right? But this is a little bit different, and you may or may not be able to tell from this video to the last. And the difference is, this is what I had in there. Just a straight rectifier. And this is what's in here now. And what's the difference? Well, I'm not sure I completely understand, but this one had different specs and had a higher amperage rating, which is why I did it. And it seems, for whatever reason, to give me a lot better low-speed operations, as you saw. It takes a little more voltage to get it to move, right? Instead of 4 volts, it needs about 5 or 6. But it gives me a steady speed, well, just like you saw before, and really easy startup. So it's an improvement. Seems to run a little smoother too. Yeah, see, I can start it up and stop it a little easier than I could with this one right here. And this one cost me all of $8 too. Same money. It has some of the same components, it looks like. With a heat sink. Maybe not. Yeah, no, it's the same. Oh, no, it's not. But it's got larger capacitors. Whatever that device is underneath the heat sink on this one's larger. It just seems to be a little more robust a unit. And this would work fine. I don't have any complaints with this. It worked just fine. But I saw this for the same money with a 3 amp rating. And I figured, oh, what the heck? Let me throw it in there and see if there's a difference. And so far, there is. Not so much that this one particularly failed. It worked fine. But this one here gives me, for whatever reason, a little better control. So that's my train run video for the day. I'll post it up. And it's a great day to be in the train room because it's still 0 outside. And I don't feel like being out there running a chainsaw.